Since people have been asking me basically the other day as to what my heavy build is, typically I like to revolve my build around the heavy bolter, seeing as how it's practically the best weapon to use in almost every single situation, no matter whether it's close, medium, or long range. And the way that I typically play heavy is due to me just being an extreme tank, almost like Bulwark. I know you can opt for more damage with thermal boost to give it a little bit more extra oomph, but I feel like that's a little bit overkill. I'll do showcasing afterwards, so won't be that much of a problem. So I like to use restoration due to the fact that heavy does not have that many perks in terms of consistent armor regain. He only has about 2. One of them being restoration on a 15-second cooldown, which I do not agree with this. It needs to be cut down to maybe every 5 seconds. And the other one being Emperor's Protection. However, you never want to be expending all of your Iron Halo's energy. It's not worth that trade. For me, I like using the restoration. I also like playing heavy as a tank. So Fortitude for the increased HP threshold, along with overwhelming power, to where at any point in time that I have my Iron Halo active or deactivated while using brute force, I'm always either receiving an extra 10% damage output or 15%, depending on whether Iron Halo is active or deactivated. Also, Bonds of Brotherhood is really good in terms of group play, whether you're in a squad together with people or if you're playing with randoms. You definitely do not need additional supplies for the extra 25%, because with my heavy bolter build specifically, I already have 630 rounds inside of my heavy bolter. I'm using the first variant, if I remember correctly, the accuracy variant. The Cathedral Crusade Alpha is pretty much what I have on my perk tree, to where a lot of damage, really nice accuracy, a lot of ammo. So overall, pretty good. And then the plasma pistol as well. But kind of go back to the build over here. Again, you really don't need additional supplies with heavy bolter, just straight up. You don't need it. Bond's really good for, again, group play, randoms. If you want to do solo play, or if you feel like your group is pretty consistent at not going down, encompassing ages. But for me, if I'm going to play with bots or whatever, 100% taking this. Keeps you alive pretty much all the time, every time. Adamant Will definitely is going to keep you alive once again. If you know how to mess around with Iron Halo to activate and deactivate almost consistently, you can almost have 90 to 100% uptime on Adamant Will, just having it up all the time. So that 20%, it's pretty nice, especially if you have to face tank, power regulator, or field adjustment. You can go with either or. Really is up to you for being able to always have Adamant Will pretty much active at all times. So that's how that plays into it. You can choose either or. Brute force, obviously, for more damage. And a lot of people tend to sleep on offensive capability, but when it comes to dealing with spores for Tyranids, Minoris jumping all over you, even the little spore guys for Tyranids, the ones that shoot all the barbed wire spore all over the ground, offensive can just delete all of those, so you don't even have to worry about any of that. Typically how I tend to build it for my prestige perks, I definitely went auxiliary reload, also performing a gun strike, having hyper armor, always nice. I do kind of wish heavy would have gotten a prestige perk of getting armor reinforcement. That would have made him a god. I'm really sad that the devs did not put that in, but hopefully they end up changing that. That'd be really nice. Conviction goes hand in hand with Adamant Will. So anytime that you lose out on all your armor and you activate Iron Halo at the same time, you're looking at what, 45% damage reduction to your health for 10 seconds? Pretty good to me. And then last but not least, the exponential force, because there's really no other good options. And if you're going to be fighting against chaos, obviously with the whole synapse mechanic for Tyranids, for where if you delete either an extremist or a majoris, the rest of the Minoris fall apart, which is the little regular common mobs. That does not apply to chaos. So you will have to get rid of them in some way, shape, or form, either shooting them in the face or stomping them to death.
Transmissions are not reaching the astropathic relay station. You will be on your own from
anyway.
The Emperor protects.
We have landed, Damocles. Communication will be inhibited from here on.
Understood. Damocles out.
Also kind of give a thought process as to how to play heavy for me specifically. If the enemy is a certain distance away, you want to get used to spam tapping. You don't want to lay on the trigger unless they're extremely close range. So Get used to burst firing. Now, if they're dead in your face, then obviously you can just fully lean onto the trigger or left click. Like these guys over here. My aim assist has not kicked in at the time being, but I can still pepper him. Now it kicked in, and he's already dead. All right, so this ought to be interesting. Look at all these guys. Look at that. And then turn it right back off. So yep, quick little activate, deactivate, and that's it. Goodbye. Also, even I'm not playing exactly the way that I ought to be, because if I was to counteract that sniper entirely, the second he let off that shot, I should have deactivated. So by the time that he would have probably repositioned himself and started charging up another shot, I could have had my Iron Halo back.
Look, a warpfire bulwark protects the Thousand Suns position.
Also, I don't know what Sync's rocking. Space Wolves, I guess? Is Heavy the most broken class? Nah. That definitely belongs to Bulwark. It's Bulwark, TAC, then either Vanguard or Heavy in third spot. Bulwark easily does everything. It's like, hey, you want to be tanky? Sure. You want to deflect everything? Sure. You want to heal yourself? Sure. Like, what more do you want this class to do? Bulwark is broken. I really hope these are, Oh, hi. One strike. There it is. That was a little bit of a hiccup, but we're good.
Confirmation.
I was hoping for his spores to activate, but they didn't. You guys get over there?
The ravenous presence.
Goodbye.
Enhanced tactic ready. Execute Iron Halo tactics.
Always make sure to deactivate your Iron Halo before you go for an execute. Because otherwise you're just going to be you're just burning energy and you can't turn it off during the middle of the animation. So, try to bear that in mind.
Obtaining armaments.
Oh. This ought to be pretty easy. Even though I somehow magically go down just by getting one-shotted somehow, I still have a medkit to where the game does not teach you this. So I don't know how many of you actually know this tip, but if you have wounds and you have a medkit, your medkit can actually heal your wounds, but it has to heal you past the 100% mark. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Somebody ended up killing him. That was really bad for me. Let's see, this is what I mean about Heavy not having a consistent way in order to get armor back. Hence why he needs armor reinforcement. Actually, did they fix it? Chat, was my ammo count going back up? Or do they fix it? Because this is currently during 7.1. I don't think I've seen my ammo count go back up, so...
Annihilate that altar.
He's out of here.
Emperor holds no sway here. Bar your minds to the cycle.
The changer of ways shall never be thwarted.
Nerf potentially, but it is what it is. Oh, come on, Insane. You know I need armor. Struggling out here. This is what I mean. Another case in point about Heavy specifically, about not having perks to get armor consistently, is that if people kill steal whatever you're trying to work on, if you had to face tank at all whatsoever, if they take your kill, you're screwed. What are you supposed to do? At least if we had armor reinforcement where, you know, non-killing gun strikes would have given me armor back, I would have been fine.
Intercepting projectiles. Stim injectors here. We've been Iron Haver one life.
See that sorcerer? Ultramar stands triumphant over your petty gods.
How brutal? No. Oh, that was it for him.
We do not bask in minor victories, but more of the thousand suns before us.
I was gonna say, may I go through?
Enhanced tactic ready.
Ready to read for passage.
I know, is that not a Hellbrute one, potentially? Thought it was.
Iron Halo tactics.
Where's that at? Oh.
Thousand suns deploy to terminate.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Iron Halo's ready.
All right, let me deal with this guy. I hate his head hitbox, is so weird. I might have to face tank this. really deal with that sorcerer. Don't need more Chaos Marines.
Sorcerous activity suppressed.
If I have to face tank this, so be it. Nope. Need armor, but not a whole lot I can do there. Oh, hi. Whoa, easy there. I might be down here. Was not aware that an entirely new wave of enemies spawned. Whew. Let's get out of there.
Altar exposed. Cast down this apostasy.
Well, that was interesting. I really wanted to show off the boss damage, but Hellbrute with his funny little goofy head.
Barrier down. Stay vigilant.
Kind of the only downside between for Heavy Bolter specifically is that you have to land headshots to really get the extreme damage output.
We are committed to this course. Stratagem successful.
Let us hope the heretics and the Xenos decimate each other.
You're not used to playing Assault versus Chaos? On how it goes? Hence why I don't consider Assault to be in the top 3 classes in the game. Is due to the fact that they can be countered by Chaos entirely. So, not saying it's impossible to fight them, it's just not good to. Try to shoot me through the wall. No relic in the corner. Unfortunate. The heavy plasma? You can use the heavy plasma. Problem is, with heavy plasma, it's not really ammo efficient. What the? I feel like that's the second time that's happened. Alright, let's deal with all this. Oh, hi.
Heresy quotient reduced.
What was that all about? Very angry Pac-Man. Pass. We require this armor. And you guys, you're just very annoying to deal with. Thank you. Perfectly timed. Ah. I see what the issue is. One too many Minoris gunners. Why not? You can just run them over. Also, another thing the game doesn't teach you, that since these guys are legit just little regular soldiers, just splat. Like you don't have to bother shooting at them, swinging at them, nothing. Just run them over.
Medical resupply encouraged.
That is a guaranteed spawn. Looks like we got more extremists. Hi, buddy. I had no choice but to face tank. Oh, wait. And that's without encompassing Aegis. You're just extremely tanky. That's with Iron Hail being on cooldown. Where's the other one? Somewhere. I may go back to opting for the recharge speed rather than the slower decay rate. Well, aren't you fun? These little guys. And so that's one way I can get armor. Problem is, it's on a 15-second cooldown.
Ready for next encounter. Stay alert.
Hello. Well, and just load up a stomp.
Setting projectiles.
Whoa, that's bad. Whew, close. There we go. Uh-oh. Where'd that come from?
The warp's tendrils creep through here. Pain and purgation
Well then.
await those who dwell here.
Also, I really hope the devs go back to having it to where I don't necessarily need to do melee to get my ammo back. I should have tested it right there, but that seems to work.
We can
kind of annoying due to the fact that heavy can snipe at super long ranges. People can kill steal, so oh. Ah, wrong move. Ooh. Still got it off. Yeah, these guys are way easier to deal with if you use just the plasma pistol. Stun lock capabilities. Oh, missed him. Got this. That's double armor. Thank you, whoever did the objective. Or actually, no. I was nobody. I was insane doing the other one. Ah, that one's gonna hit. Yep.
Codex compliant. Detecting stim.
That was unfortunate. Can we actually go through that way? Yeah, the wall's down. It doesn't show that we're on absolute currently. Who shot me? Ah.
Demon's grip on reality.
Alter uncontested.
It unleashes sorcery at us.
Rally and return.
Seek cover.
Iron Halo.
And that's GG's.
Reality Fisher vacuum tactics sent the demon combatant back to its plane of origin.
Got a little messy towards the beginning, but oh no, not too bad. I guarantee you, if I had any less HP than I did at all, this is why I take the extra HP, because I like to survive. What good are you to the team if you die? You can do a whole lot of phase tanking, let me tell you, even without Iron Halo. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because again, people have asked me before, it's like, you know, what's a really good heavy bolter builder? How do you play heavy? That's how. So hopefully you all learned a little something, something. Yeah, 21k damage. Sounds about right.